Good morning and welcome. I'm Professor Sutton-Smith. We're here today to examine a sonnet by Elan Haverford, a protagonist in the novel CHANCEY ON by John Wareham. By way of bidding a final farewell to her all-too-married paramour, Elan Haverford conjures a timeless, universal village, a hamlet, in fact, called Thinking of You. The village I dwell in, thinking of you, she says. She then proceeds to unfold her neurotic obsession with her unattainable lover. This first quatrain reveals a so-called maddening melancholy or depression. Maddening melancholy or depression. The allusion to forget-me-nots and hand-me-downs. Forget-me-nots and hand-me-downs indicates abject humiliation and shame. Here then now we welcome the noted actor Isabel Mabus to deliver the lines of that first quatrain.
The village I dwell in, thinking of you, is a maddeningly melancholy town, where the clocks are locked in a strange snafu, and the forget-me-nots are hand-me-downs.
Thank you, Isabel. This second quatrain describes aching longings and desperate searches. Aching longings and desperate searches. These yearnings may have been transferred to other inappropriate lovers, perhaps even strangers she has chanced upon in the course of solitary nocturnal sojourns. The seventh line, lanes are manias in thinking of you, lanes are manias in thinking of you, might even seem to acknowledge dementia.
Clandestine lovers crave sweet rendezvous, but I chance the night streets, alas, in vain, for lanes are manias in thinking of you, that sunbolt beams are inept to unrain.
The entire third stanza suggests that the poet has in fact been institutionalized and is receiving treatment for a maze-like fever of the mind. The 11th line, we lie in a state we dare not adieu, we lie in a state we dare not adieu, invites at least three interpretations: sickness, deceit, and sepulture. Once again, the poet selects apt words from an earlier era.
Folks never slumber in thinking of you. In the mornings we do not wake either. We lie in a state we dare not adieu. Valedictions merely fan our fever.
The final couplet is clearly a prophetic cry for help.
Thinking of you is the sweetest of jails, but I pray reprieve, lest sanity fails.
But I pray reprieve, lest sanity fails. Goodness me. All in all, this poem successfully leads the reader on a tour through a surreal village of secret aches and desires. The notion of such longings as a village is original. The images of stopped clocks, hand-me-down affections, moonlit lanes, and sunbolt beams that cannot break the spell of dementia are haunting, and the overall effect indelible and surreal. I'll have a final thought in a moment, but first, listen up as Miss Mabus reads for us the full sonnet.
The village I dwell in, thinking of you, is a maddeningly melancholy town, where the clocks are locked in a strange snafu, and the forget-me-nots are hand-me-downs. clandestine lovers crave sweet rendezvous. But I chance the night streets, alas, in vain, for lanes are manias in thinking of you, that sunbolt beams are inept to unrain. Folks never slumber in thinking of you. In the mornings we do not wake either, we lie in a state we dare not adieu. Valedictions merely fan our fever. Thinking of you is the sweetest of jails, but I pray reprieve, lest sanity fails.
So there it was then. My personal view is that this sonnet is in fact the work of an aristocratic English lass and not the putative colonial author. All of Miss Haverford's sonnets, this one in particular, indicate a unique and brilliant talent, and, to my mind, the poet has transmuted her reckless life into poetic gold. So there it is for the day. Thank you so much.
Author John Wareham attests that he created all original poems in CHANCEY ON top. Professor Sutton-Smith's critique is appended to that novel. All extant poems ascribed to Elan Haverford are now available in John Wareham's anthology Sonnets for Sinners, published by Welcome Rain, agent, the Flatiron Agency, Authors Guild website, johnwareham.com. John Wareham's poetry anthology is supported by Poets and Writers, Inc. and the New York State Council for the Arts.